So I think I've been very calm this week because I came in from holiday on Sunday. I flew up to Scotland on Monday for business. And as I got off the plane on Monday in Edinburgh, I got an email from the toy shop. This is the toy shop I use, saying that my toys were in. In fact, I've actually bought 2 new toys, but I am going to reveal them one by one. So what's the first new toy? So this is the first new toy. Can you guess what it is? Yes, I'm afraid I did. I've been and bought a boutique synthesizer. I thought long and hard about buying the D-05, and now I've bought one. And it hasn't been out of the box yet. So here we go. What are we going to get? There. So there it is. My boutique synthesizer. I'll get it out of the wrapping in a minute. We also get an instruction manual, which will probably be Roland E's or Roland Gobbledygook. And then we get 2 batteries. But interestingly enough, what we don't get is a USB cable, which I find really interesting that they haven't given us a USB cable. In fact, I actually think that's a bit of a PR faux pas, if I'm honest, Roland, not giving people a USB cable when they buy one of these devices, because that's how you're meant to power these things if you're not using batteries. And I don't intend to use batteries in the studio. I will use them probably for the demo, but ooh, interesting. So as it said, 1987 the original came out. I've probably said that more times than I care to mention on my channel. So let's see what we got. So there you go, hasn't been out of the cellophane. So there you go. There is my D-05 baby D-50 synthesizer. So I'm going to put batteries in this. I'm not going to use those batteries. I've got some other batteries over here. Which are already out of their cellophane. So we'll just pop those in. It says here dropping battery on floor. What's it got? Oh dear. Fingers and thumbs today. Now, one of the things I would say about if you're going to put batteries in this is get good batteries, because good batteries are less likely to leak than non-good batteries. So, let's have a look. First impressions. Like all of the ARIA gear, it's got a K-lock on the back of it. Start from the back. There you go. There's the K-lock. 2 midis, and in a throw, or an in and out. I suspect it can be judged as a throw. Then we have a mix in, an output, and a phones, volume knob, the ubiquitous USB micro B, and an on-off switch. So now I've put batteries in it. Let's power it up, see what happens. Ooh. So we've powered up to patch 2, 11 Neon Horizon. Interesting. It's a Fantasy then. Oh, I see how they've done it. It's very interesting. So I'm in program 2. Very, very interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera in closer so you can see what I'm doing on this. I haven't got it plugged in yet, but just so that you can have a look at the actual screen. Be back with you in a sec. Okay, so just prop this up so hopefully you can see this. And I've got no idea what I'm doing with this at the moment because it doesn't seem to do what I want it to do. That's not because it doesn't do what I want it to do, it's just because I haven't opened the instruction book. What's very interesting is when it boots up as near horizon, which is interesting because obviously the D50 always boots up into Fantasy, so that's interesting. And if you do that, you can select the different banks. So there's music box, there's garage lead, very interesting indeed, and that's P2. I'm not quite sure what P2 means at the moment. So okay, so I've got the instruction manual out. I'll read you the introduction to the instruction manual. The D-05 is a sound module that can be used in conjunction with the K25 keyboard unit sold separately. Sound can be heard through built-in speaker. Okay, fair enough. The D-05 can operate on batteries or on USB power. If you're using batteries, insert 4 AA batteries, making sure the batteries are correctly orientated. If you handle the batteries improperly, you risk the risk of explosion and fluid leak. So I'm not going to handle the batteries improperly. No, 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 no. When turning the unit over, be careful to protect the buttons and knobs from damage. Very true, because this thing here sticks out. Much the same as it does on the D50. So I always recommend if you're going to work on these, you have some foam, which of course I don't have on my work area. When the battery runs low, the display indicates battery low. Very clever little thing, isn't it? Da-da-dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Now, what we want to find out is, reading the English version of this. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So there's a couple of really clever little things on here. Looking at this. First of all, it's got a self-contained factory reset, which is really good. Apparently, in order to do that, you press that button while turning it on. And I would expect most things nowadays to have some sort of factory reset, so good. What I do like, though, is the fact that you can back this up, and you back this up by connecting this to a computer and making this appear as an external drive to the computer, much the same way they do with the ARIA equipment. And then you can just copy the files from here onto your computer. And if you want to do a restore, you do it the reverse. How very clever. Quite like that. Much easier than doing it on the D50, of course. Da-dum. It still doesn't, at this point, tell me how to get Fantasy. Okay. I've worked out how to change and get Fantasy. So, I'm trying to work out how to access the sound banks on this. What we do is we press preset and user, and if you can see, P1 flashes. And then by twiddling the joystick from left to right, it will go P2, P3, P4, P5 and P6. So there's 64 times 6 sound banks on this device, which is what, 2... So that's 300, 324? Have I got that right? 324. So it's 6 60s, 300, 6 4s, 24. Yes, 24. So there's 24. And then we have user 1 which looks like a V, but it's actually a U, through to user 8, which are where you can save your patches into. Now, the question is, has user 1 to user 8 actually already got something in it? So we'll go for that one. And then to select a patch, we press the patch bank number and the patch number. So there you go. We have bouncing bow, deep analog, psycho strings, warm strings, deep strings. What does that say? Sway honk strings. Chase strings. Can't read that upside down. Looks like Baroque strings. So it looks like that's a bank of strings by the looks of it. So again, then therefore, if we then have another, what did I say? 8. Look, see if they've got stuff in all of them. Let's go 1, 1. So it looks like 8's got nothing. Let's try 6. So 6 has something. So there's definitely another, by the looks of it, 300 odd sounds in the user banks as well. So that's 600 sounds by the looks of it, without actually going into any deep detail here. Really quite impressed with that. Of course, the next thing is to get this on a synthesizer and see what it can do. But first impressions out of the box, I like it. It's very compact, definitely like that. Very, very like it. Still reservations over the USB power, but we'll see where we go with that. So there you go. Open the box. First impressions D-05. Well, my first impressions anyway. Ooh. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Apparently it helps the channel and allows other people to find this video a lot quicker. I'm sure by now, if you didn't like the contents of this video, you've already given me a thumbs down. If you want to be notified about future videos that are added to the channel, hit the subscribe button that should be appearing about here.